This is B-Day in Seattle, the arrival of the Beatles. Late word from show promoters this morning is that there are 5,000 tickets left for this afternoon's performance at 3 o'clock. The night show here in Seattle is sold out. All told, about 30,000 Beatle fans are expected to turn out for both performances. There has been a rumor afloat that Jane Asher, girlfriend and companion of Beatle Paul McCartney, will be in Seattle. Also, that she and Paul will be married. Now, it's highly unlikely, as Washington State has a 3-day waiting period between the time the license is taken out and the actual marriage. It's just one of the many rumors that floats always in advance of a Beatles performance. The Beatles' arrival in the Jet City is cloaked with security, but you can figure it this way. They will fly from Los Angeles this morning on their chartered jet. They will have to be in town for that 3 o'clock show. Therefore, the foursome and their entourage will have to alight by 1 o'clock. Chances are it will be Boeing Field rather than Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, as the Boeing installation is 10 miles closer to town. It's smaller, and there's more escape routes. This is Charles C. Bolin for CFUN News.
How do you like the U.S. so far, huh?
It's great, it's great.
You do?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Good. You come to Seattle now, this is the second time. This must be a pretty good city for you, huh?
Well, it was great last time. I just hope it's as good this time, you know. I think it will be. How are you out there in Seattle?
Okay, can we have the first question, please?
John, could you please tell me something about your new movie, How to Win the War?
Pardon?
Will you tell us something about your new
Tell-
movie?
Oh, I don't know anything about it except for I'm in it, and it's about the last World War.
I'd like to address a question to Paul McCartney. Would you confirm or deny the report of your marriage to Jane Asher in Seattle this evening?
Tonight, yeah.
What time and where?
Tonight, I can't tell you that now, can I? I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you. That's a secret.
We don't know people there, do we?
You are confirming the report?
No, I'm not really. It was just a joke. It's who started this? Anyone know? Does anyone know? I just got in today and found out I was getting married tonight. No, she is not coming in tonight, as far as I know.
And if she does, we are going out tonight anyway, so we'll miss her.
I'd like to address this to any of the Beatles. Do you believe that you represent a different type of morality or a new type of morality than, say, a group like the Rolling Stones or the protest groups?
Are they a protest group? Since when?
No, or the protest groups.
Or a protest.
Ah.
No, we don't. We don't represent anything like that. It's the Circle that do that. They're the protest. Turn Down Day. I mean, you've heard that one, haven't you?
I'd like to
Folk
ask
song.
John Lennon a question, and I hope I get a chance to ask him a second one. This is sort of double-barreled. I'd like to know your motivation in this. Money, I'd like to think it's enjoyment, and I'd like to think you're having as much fun as you seem to be when you're doing it.
Well, when I look as though I'm having fun, I am. You know, when I'm not usually. So
Do I get another
varies.
chance? One more chance? I had this little prediction, and in 25 years you're going to be a great writer. I'd like to talk to you about it sometime.
Well, I mean,
Too
we'll
many
see you in
chances.
25 years then.
I'll make a date.
Okay.
See you, Penny Lane. We'd like to address this question to anybody in the group. What about the next movie? There are a lot of stories. Nothing's confirmed. Has there been anything decided?
Nothing.
Somebody gave us a good idea, so we told him to go and write it into a script. So we won't really be able to tell if we're going to make the film till we've read the script. And as he hasn't finished the script, we haven't read the script, so we won't know yet until about Christmas maybe. But if it is a good one and we like it, it'll probably start around about January or February or March or December.
I've got 3 questions, if I can. For one, do you think that your music, the audience that your music attracts, has changed from, say, the 13 and 14-year-old group to more the college age? And if so, do you like it better that way?
I think he's probably got a bit older. I don't know how old, and it's nice.
Did you intend it that way?
No, we don't intend anything, you know. That's the trouble.
And also, Paul, since your rumors were denied, since you denied them, what are you doing after the show?
I don't know, marrying you probably.
How is the attendance on this tour compared to past American tours?
It's apparently been more people at the shows than there were last time.
Do you think that the so-called adverse publicity hurt or helped in this?
We've no idea, you know. We haven't been able to tell really because we you know, the press keeps saying, I see it's hurt you, and our managers keep saying it hasn't. So, you know, who do we believe?
John and Paul, I'd like to know if all the songs that are said to be written by Lennon and McCartney are always written by both of you, or do you ever do one all by yourself?
No, we do them separately and together.
Your music used to be mostly composed of guitar backgrounds, and recently you've come around to strings and harpsichords and a lot of weird things like that. Is there any purpose in this evolution?
Yeah, no. Just to use something else besides guitars.
And because those things aren't it's not necessarily sort of coming round to them, you know, like sort of giving into them. It's finding them again.
I don't know if there's a Jolly Green Giant in England, fellows, but I come with good wishes from Vancouver in Canada. You played there a short while ago, and we were wondering whether all the fans here had a number of questions for me to ask you. One, are you coming back to Vancouver?
Maybe. Brian decides where we go, you know, so maybe.
All the people in Vancouver wanted to wish John a happy 4th anniversary a few days ago, John.
Well, you thank him, Jolly Green Giant.
And a question, George, where do you get your sitars? A friend of mine plays guitar. He wants to play a sitar as well as
Where do I get them, or where do
you get
generally get them?
Where can people generally get a sitar?
India.
In India. I hear that you're the world's greatest sitar player. One word for Ringo. Ringo, I like to wish people happy birthdays. My birthday and your fan club president in Vancouver is on August the 4th, which is Maureen's birthday. We just, you know, like to tell you that we have a big cake for Maureen. And, of course, the Queen Mother's birthday is on that day also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Paul, before you said that there are some songs you have to write. Could you explain what you mean by have to write?
No, I just said that in passing. I just meant that there was an LP due, and when an LP is due, we write songs. You know, we do it like that more than write all the time. We don't write all the time. We write more to order. You know, if we've got 14 tracks to fill, and we've got 14 songs to write, that's what I meant.
Seattle, Washington, 1966. That night, the Beatles went out to the acclaim of 15,000 frantic fans. These were really the innocent years for the Beatles. They were just about to leap into a new phase of their careers. The late 60s were years of revolution and turmoil, and the Beatles certainly were in the vanguard of the new wave. Some would say that the new dimensions they added to popular music were their most important contributions to musical history. But upon listening to those earlier years, the fun and the energy, those are moments that will be remembered with fondness for the generation that lived through those times.